everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Sequester Season 2. Tonight, Season 3. Listen, I'm out of it. I'm not even going to lie.
Really out of the loop.
I'm a little out of it today. I got all kinds of things going on in the background.
Today we'll be talking about Kim Mattina getting locked out of a room. Oh, wait.
We're talking about Kim Mattina getting locked out of a room. It's on Season 3. It's Season 3. It's the Episode 7 recap and elimination interview. We're going to bring Thomas in a minute. Whew, I'm out of it. Y'all, I've took down all my Christmas stuff today. Do you want to know why? Because it's over. So take it down.
Mine won't come down for a few more weeks. Sorry about it.
Take it down.
I think I need to take it down just to remind me.
Rip
that Band-Aid off because it was so freaking miserable.
I don't want to.
Well, I'm sorry, Beth. You're going to have to.
I don't want to.
I do love the mantle thing going, though. I just love that.
It's pretty. It puts a nice ambiance out into the...
I left my white lights up for New Year's.
Yeah.
Just
that's
because, you know. But I get really depressed on New Year's Day because then I know I have to go back to work the next day. So I can't have that Christmas stuff hanging around.
I can't take any more depression. I can't.
We can't. We're loaded. Met our quota.
I am.
New Year in 2 days. We start the depression tab up again from 0. Okay.
So everyone joyfully eats until about now, and now people start their depression eating, and then on January 2nd, it's just back to real life eating, which is just shit eating anyway.
No, I'm going into keto starvation.
You got this, girl.
I can do it, no problem.
We're going to bring on Thomas because he's probably trying to find a door to shut in our faces right now. Listen to this hot mess. All right, Thomas.
Hello.
Thomas, you were my winner pin. Why?
Damn it, Thomas.
Your favorite Season 2 winner pick, right?
I know.
Hello. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed as well.
But you went out with some class, dude.
You're down swinging. You did.
Well, I had to show some respect to Jayla, and especially afterwards, after she kicked my ass. I mean, yeah, I'm not the one to cry like a baby. I think everybody knows at some point there's a good chance you're gonna get picked for battle, and when it happens, there's two things that's gonna happen. You're gonna get pissed off and flustered, or you're gonna take it on the chin and still be flustered, but it's okay.
Boy,
so
how
was it go out classy or go out like a bitch?
How was your Christmas break knowing that episode was coming up?
It was good. I was with family, thank goodness. So I got a lot of hugs. I got to cry on their shoulder.
Yeah.
My eating has started already. No, I'm kidding.
The depression eating. Yeah.
The depression eating is
well, listen, Thomas, I have a lot of carbs I need to get rid of. So if
not craps.
To depress eat, you can come on over here. I have a freezer filled with chocolate chip cookies that I need to get rid of. You defrost them and pop them in the microwave if you need to depression.
You can send them our way. That'll do.
I think I'm like an hour away. So
I'm just hungry for more Sequester. I can't wait to see what's going on in the house while I'm gone.
Now, Thomas, with last night's episode, man, I was all over the place. I mean, everyone in the house was all over the place. I was all over the place. I had anxiety watching that episode. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand the rules of possession. I was freaking out. I was like, I don't get it. But Thomas doesn't have anybody. So what does that mean?
That means he gets to think for himself.
He gets to think for himself. But if you hadn't picked a name, would that person have gone in the battle instead of you? Or what?
So basically, I had my own vote, which meant that, so for example, let's say that I had Hunter's name. If I had voted for Jayla, then if Jayla got voted out, Hunter would have to stand up in my place. So I was controlling where his vote was. So, the catch-22 with my situation was, I knew that if I voted on the person that got voted out, I would have to stand up because I had my own name.
Okay.
So I could do that and risk getting put in a battle match, or I could just throw my vote. But, of course.
So that's actually, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that was actually my question for you. Because I got thinking about it. Did you guys in the 5, so you, Cameron, Tori, Dustin, and who am I forgetting?
Zach.
Of course. Sorry.
How you?
Like everybody forgets that he still has an LOS, and
I can't believe Jayla didn't. Okay, well,
exactly. Why did you pick him? Why did she flush that LOS?
I don't know. But what I wanted to know, did you guys think the other 4 were voting together? And if so, did you ever consider, well, what would happen if I threw my vote and told everybody in the 4, hey guys, because I have my own vote, I want to throw it. And so I won't be put up, because I do think there's a good chance. I heard Jayla throwing up my name. I think I'd be the one that'd be picked. I want to throw it, and I'm going to put my vote on Jess or Erica or somebody who I know is not going to collect a lot of votes. Did that thought ever come up to you guys? Like, oh, the 5 of us think that we're going to be good even if only 4 people vote together, because we don't think the other 4 are all voting? Or did you guys think they were all voting?
No, yeah, together? We did. I'll speak for myself on that one. I definitely thought, maybe I should throw my vote. That's like, especially when everything is exposed, at this point in the game, you don't want to stand up. No one wants to stand up. And so but when it comes to a 5-on-4 situation, and then you hear your name caught up like I did, and there's 2 rooms that are really being occupied. It's at that point, in my mind at least, it was it's us versus them, and when people you hear things that go on, and so when people start picking up the information that we've been saying, and then I hear my name, it's kind of like, well, they're in that room. Everybody's probably talking. They're probably all going to go for me. We're probably, we all know we were going to go for Jayla. So at that point, it's, do I risk throwing my vote and then there being a tie? And then at that point, can I beat Jayla in a tie, but in a revote?
Sure.
And that wasn't a chance I wanted to take. And, I said it as well, it would be a bonus if I did win, because then it's just something on my resume, but, it didn't work out that way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But,
it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. A lot of different variables. So no regrets, but definitely a lot to think of in a very short amount of time. I think we had like 15 minutes or something. So with all the small conversations that go on, you just have to go with what you have talked with when you were in that group, and just trust that, they got your back, even if you are a little shady or a little weasel. But,
I was surprised that she didn't do one last little rat sound. I thought that was
I know.
So cute.
Speaking of, that'll lead me into my question. Thomas, throughout the season, you were called out for being a rat and a weasel, not only by your fellow contestants, but also through sound effects put in by production. When I looked at your Twitter handle, I noticed that you're one lucky weasel. Or were you attempting to live up to your Twitter handle name?
A little bit of both. I think most of it was just to piss Brent off. he would live tweet, and he was very annoyed with my game going into it.
So you changed your Twitter handle to piss off Brent.
100%. But also, it just seemed fitting. I love Brent, but I thought it was a funny joke. So.
I couldn't find you on Twitter. I even sent you a message last time. I'm like, wait a minute. I go, I'm gonna send you a message on Twitter, and I go, wait a minute, I can't find you on Twitter. Where'd you go?
I think they put, and especially because I did it after she put out everybody's Twitter handle. I was like, all right, well, they're gonna find me or not. I don't care.
I find is amazing is that you threw your entire alliance under the bus, and then the next couple rounds, no one came for you.
I thought that was excellent. I said this on Twitter a few times, and I said it to people who I geeked out about the show with. But that to me, I was like, wow, Thomas in my mind went from being like, what the hell are you doing? To, oh my gosh, that's almost God tier, like going under the radar after that. Like, I mean, you allowed Jay West to just like kind of take over the blame. And that's how he said, put me up for a battle match. And then like you kind of were able to go in the background. I think that's excellent gameplay.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for you on that.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, and after that, when someone goes out, like when you split a pairing up, that person's going to be seen as weak. And then at least my thought was you could use a weak person for votes. And so, I said it in my confessional or whatever, like an episode or two after I was talking to Kevin, he was like, he can't shut his mouth. And it's like, I'm viewed as vulnerable right now. And this is exactly where I want to be, because I could, use this to my advantage. And then I could weasel around in the dark. But but yeah, so I think it had a lot to do with that, and a little bit of luck mixed with some Jeff's strategy there. Throwing Jay West there.
Do you think that Erica kind of took a note out of your book? Because I kind of noticed that she did a very similar thing where she was kind of like, it was the Erica show last week where everybody was coming after her with the jury or with the courtroom stuff. And then nobody even brought up her name this round. And so did you kind of feel like, oh, wow, I wonder, like, did she kind of adapt, or do you kind of think that it's just coincidence that it was both of your games kind of similar?
I definitely think she played her cards right. I think she knew that. I mean, everybody knew at that point that she was exposed. I exposed myself, but she didn't have the luxury to doing that her round. So everybody pinpointed Erica and blew their cases out. And then, I think, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what she might have done, but I think it just kind of, the vote might have just worked its way out. And then, of course, we won that round. She didn't get picked for battle match. So she was safe from the vote. And then I think, it just came down to who the picks were. And, Erica was viewed as a threat still. So I don't think they wanted to battle her. So
Thomas, I'll tell you what happened. She pulled an LOS out of her vagina.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did do that, yes.
Covered in tissue.
Yeah, sanitation's key, though.
Freaking tissue. And I'm sitting there thinking, is she really having that? What's going on over here?
She could have at least wrapped it in like a paper towel to give it they was literally wrapped in toilet paper.
What is the deal with Erica, Thomas? Everybody's got a thing for freaking Erica. I got to ask everybody, is she still there? She's still there.
She's still there.
At this point, I hope she wins.
She got me via Kleenex and LOS. She got me.
That's right.
Thomas, the question is, did anybody touch it?
Who am I rooting for?
Yeah.
I can't say.
I wanted to know, like, who's left in the game, and forgetting what you know and all that kind of stuff. If you could put yourself back into when you had gotten voted out and lost the battle match, who would you have been rooting for at that time? If you can't answer it, that's fine.
I don't think I could answer that without bias. I'm gonna have to avoid it for sake of I don't want to get moved by Audrey here.
Yep, understood.
Well, listen, I love you. I love Jayla, and I got to tell you, I was watching your beads. Okay, I had my eyes on your beads, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching Jayla just fill up these beads. She's got like 500 beads in her ball, and I'm looking at your ball, and I'm like, Tom's got 17 beads in his ball, and she's got 500. What's my winner pick? And I think, God, Tyler's not here to rub it in my face. But
I don't know. I choked under the pressure. In the presence of a queen, you tend to get a little shaky, and it was just. I made the mistake at one point. I'm doing well. I'm feeling like I'm a little bit ahead of her, and I feel her start to rush, and then I make the mistake, and I'm sitting there, it's going, and then I look up at her, and then I see her absolutely nail one of these transitions, and she's a bunch of balls in there, and then I was like, oh shit, what do I do? And I start dropping them, and then I came up just a bit shy, but
and I noticed that those inner tubes had a slight curve to them, so it looked like sometimes they were not turned the way that was most advantageous. Both of you made that mistake a couple of times, and I was just like, oh no, I know
that's when your mind starts playing tricks on you, because you see it and you're like, all right, this is simple. And then you start doing it, and then you go to another go, and you're like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And it was. Yeah. And then you watch it back, and it makes it even worse because you're like, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
Thomas, we got to wrap up here with you, but I just want to say that I appreciate you letting me know you were about to sign on before you came on the show, because I don't normally get that. We're usually sitting.
I got my microphone, my camera. We're ready to go.
You are so good. You're so good. Because normally we're sitting here going, "Where the hell are they?" To give them the link. Yes. Okay. What's the problem? But anyway,
my laptop was being slow, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like this."
Oh no,
Thomas! If you're not being called a weasel or a rat or a snake or any of the above, you're not doing your job.
Exactly.
You got to throw people under the bus. You got to do what you got to do. You're not taking a nap.
Trust us. Trust no one.
That's right.
You got to do what you got to do.
You weren't napping. You weren't creeping, because I think we established this 2 weeks ago, the creepers and the nappers. You were doing neither one. And I'm very proud of you. Look, I still stand by it. You were my winner pick. But this is the way it happens. But I think you did a good job.
He went out a winner.
You went out a winner. I'm proud of you. I think you did you're a classy, nice young man. And I adore you.
Absolutely. You had a very fun game to watch.
Yes. So you have any final words or anything you want to add that you didn't get to say that you'd like to say now?
I absolutely love Sequester. I do want to say to all my castmates and everybody that was involved in production, thank you. I think it goes without saying, you could watch the show, you could love the show, but until you're on it, you don't know what it's like. It really is. It's out of the box. The whole entire experience, forget the cameras and everything, but behind the scenes, meeting the people, they're all beautiful, and it's been a blessing to be a part of everything, and I'm just so thankful. I'm out, but I'm thankful. So. Yeah.
And also to know,
when I interviewed him, I looked over at Tyler and I go, oh. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And also to know that everybody involved in production, those people behind the camera, in front of the camera, picking you up at the airport, everybody's alumni. So this happens without alumni.
On their own time, coming out there, it's just, and you get to meet them and talk to them, and it's like, you get a little starstruck, and that's like, these are just normal people, they're lovely.
It's like a big family. So, and for future Sequester, contestants, it's all about alumni, and without the alumni, it doesn't happen.
All right, Thomas, before you go, we're going to spice it up a little bit. I want to see a little devil on your shoulder.
Okay.
Marry, fuck, kill, me, Deb, and Beth, go.
Oh.
I can't do that.
Where's my fan?
Oh, come
on.
You
can do it. You can do it. We're a bunch of freaks.
All right.
We insist.
Who had your back this season, Thomas?
I'm thinking my mouse is like creeping towards that exit over here.
He's shutting the door. He's shutting the door.
Marry the ex.
Fine.
I'll marry all of you.
We're going to get
there
this.
Oh. Okay. I can't help it.
Allison, right?
Come on. You could answer that. You can answer it.
He's going to marry me because he was my winner pick.
Yeah, I'll marry Allison.
See,
there you go.
I need to hear.
Yeah, but I bake cookies.
You can kill me. It's fine. I have a loud mouth.
Sure, you guys can speak for me. Go ahead.
He'll be ready. Can I kill you? Can I change it? Jesus.
I'm going to kill someone. I'm out of here.
All right, Thomas. Well, thank you so much, honey, for coming on. And,
thank you for having me. Honestly, thank you so much. This is great.
All right. Thank you.
All righty. Peace out.
Bye-bye. I love that he's such a little
so sweet.
He just, I can't help it.
Okay, so we really need to talk about one thing. Okay.
What's
first,
that?
Jayla picks Erica for the battle match, and she pulls the LOS out of her vajayjay.
The vag area. We don't want to assume anything.
Vag area with a load of toilet paper. To glove up to take that off the plate. And also, why the fuck did she not pick Zach to flush his LOS?
I have no idea.
Can we just say something? Zach's got LOS. Everyone knows it. Tori is running shit.
No one's putting her name out there.
I just, it just popped into my head. It just popped into my head. Maybe they all know that Zach's LOS is up his ass and they don't want him to pull it out because
I'm gonna check. Hold on a second.
Because we just got the vagina LOS. Maybe Zach's is up his ass and they don't want him to pull that out.
Whoa, there goes. Well, it could be in his butt. It could be inside his buttocks. We don't know that.
Inside his buttocks.
It could be.
These are the last questions we cannot answer.
We can't answer these questions. When Zach comes on the show, maybe next week or the week after, or maybe never. I don't know. Deb, you're in charge of that question. Where was the LOS?
Yes.
How far up was?
Was there any tissue paper involved?
I tell you,
to get it to go where it needed to go.
she pulled that thing out of her vaginal area, her area 51, and put it on that plate. I promise you, you turn the lights on, everybody was scattered like cockroaches. What just
I'm
happened?
gonna put it out there though. She's wearing yoga pants. I never saw the outline of that ever. Let's be honest. With yoga pants, you'd be able to see an outline of yellow.
That was literally in her vagina.
I mean,
She must do Kegels. I mean, damn. What?
Damn, girl, damn.
Let's talk about.
I like how we went from how sweet Thomas is to be.
We have to be ladies in front of gentlemen, and Thomas was a gentleman. I feel like we might corrupt him a little bit.
We would definitely corrupt him.
Hunter.
Oh, Hunter.
Running amok in the house.
It was hysterical.
It was hilarious.
It made the
freaking
episode.
out.
I just loved how they would be talking to like 2 or 3, or like the camera would be on 2 or 3 people, and all of a sudden you hear like, "Wow, I can't be in the room."
It won't let me in the room. Hunter, there wasn't anybody in there. What are you talking about?
He definitely had a case of sequester Tourette's.
Oh my gosh. He was an example. My thought is you get to about this point in the game, and I think it makes a lot of sense. You're not sleeping well anyway. I know this is a fast-paced game. There's not much time to sleep. There's not much time to rest. You're physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. I get it. But the best game players are the ones who are able to use that and go, I'm going to fight the urge to freak out on this person and instead kind of use reverse psychology. And that's exactly what Erica
go into
did.
victim mode.
Yeah. Erica was able to go, you know what? I'm going to pretend. She even said it to Hunter. We're going to go in there. We're going to pretend like it's a positive thing. We're going to do all the stuff. Did one person say Erica's name this entire round? They could have. No. She slipped into the background. Hunter very easily could have been like, oh, Cameron's going to pull it like that. Let me go into the room with the other people and go, well, Cameron's doing this. She was safe last round and she already was voted out. She's acting like she has a chip on her shoulder. I say we go after her. And Tori's in that room at that time. Then Tori's going to go into the other room with her 5 Alliance people. Cameron's going to freak out on her for being in the wrong room. That idea's in her head now. Do you think Tori flips in that situation? Potentially. Like,
yeah, and that whole Tori Cameron situation also, like Cameron should have been kind of happy that Tori was kind of working with Jayla because running interference for her and deflecting. So then that way,
gathering information for
gathering information, and if Cameron's name come up, she could deflect.
Cameron's got to sit still for me for 2 seconds. The girl is up doing the PP flash dance the whole time she's talking strategy. She's like, I know. I got a feeling. I just know. I'm like, please, for the love of Jesus, Cameron, please sit down. Sit on your hands. Calm down.
I love watching Cameron play the game. I don't necessarily always agree with the choices or what she's saying or how she's saying it, but it's entertaining. Like,
it is entertaining.
This was the only time I haven't agreed
strategy.
with her. I really think that she could have used, Tori as a meat shield.
Strategy. I got a feeling. I don't know. Jayla didn't say it, but I got a feeling.
It's in my heart.
Got a feeling.
I shouldn't have smoked that jewel.
Yeah. I don't have that kind of energy.
I don't either. I'm going to pass out. Hold on a second.
I know.
I got the feeling in my feet. I don't even know the little troll song.
Oh, I love it.
Good. Yeah.
This cast makes me entertained.
Yeah.
The paranoia is at such like peak levels right now.
Oh, totally.
I love that Hunter yelled out, I ran around like Kim and Tina last season and the door shut in my face.
Yeah. You don't want to be Kim and Tina? Did you see who won last season?
It's Kim and Tina.
Thank you.
But listen, here's the thing. In my mind, I'm thinking he doesn't mean that in the way I think. Because the minute he said that, I was like, oh shit. Here goes Twitter. Everybody's flipping out doing this. Oh, well, Kim and Tina won last year. That's not what he meant.
I know. It's just fun to say.
So what? Door shut in his face. And at the time, he thought that was a cool thing to say. We've all been there. We've all said dumb shit. Go back and watch this show. I do it all the time.
I want to make a note. I've never thought it was ever cool to say that you don't want to be like Kim Mattina.
I want to be like Kim Mattina every day.
That is who I aspire to be on a day-to-day.
Listen, Kim Mattina leaves.
You can shut a door in my face. That's fine. I'd be like, yes,
Kim Mattina,
just like Kim Mattina,
leaves her Christmas tree up all year. Do you want to know why? She don't give zero fucks. That's why. She's got the purse. Where's the purse?
Where's the purse?
Where's the little purse? That's how many fucks Kim Mattina gives. Right there. I can't do it. You know what? I'm still going the wrong direction.
I can't figure it out. Look at that.
That's how many.
She carries around all those fucks on a day-to-day basis as well.
And there's probably half of one in there.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny that, and I was having such anxiety during this. I always do because they're all over the place. But after the battle match from the last episode, Erica and Hunter, were like, okay, we're to the end. We're final in this. My favorite part of that whole conversation is they're not even officially back in the house yet, and Erica's whispering to Hunter the whole plan. I'm like, why are you whispering? We're not in the house yet.
They're all in a room that's probably about 6 rooms away from you right now. They're being told to stay silent on a couch right now. I think you're good.
We're in the stables right now. They're in the main house.
Oh, I love it.
What's happening right now? I just that gave me a chuckle. Anyway, I thought that was cute. I love it.
But you know what's interesting? So at first I was wondering why Jayla would have asked for or decided to choose Erica for the battle match, because I was like, they were kind of talking the entire round. But then when I looked at the voting chart in the comments, it looked like Erica, who was voting on behalf of Jess, I think, or something like that. Or no, she voted for Jess. So she didn't even vote with Jayla. So I wonder if there was a conversation that was missed somewhere on the camera where basically Erica's like, I'm not going to vote for Thomas or something like that. And that made Jayla go, well, I'm going to vote for you.
It's easy to mess up with Jayla because she's taking a nap.
She's taking a nap. And also the camera's focused on Hunter running up and down the hall going, around.
Nobody wants to talk to me. I can't imagine why.
And then at the bottom of the stairs, Jess!
I can't wait for Jayla to come running back into the house. I can see everybody's faces that just got done voting her ass out.
It's my favorite. That is my favorite thing about this game. The fact that you can be voted out, but then win a battle match and then walk in and go, oh, hello. And then
everyone hugged you.
Person go, we're so excited you made it back, even though all of us just voted for you. Yes.
They all cheer when Erica and Hunter come. And I'm like, what?
Are you kidding?
You kidding
so
me?
Fucking fake.
Those were the two you wanted out. And
like, settle down, people.
Well,
like, you're not really happy to see me.
Yeah.
Well, they were the two that were chosen for the battle matches. So they didn't get voted out last time,
True.
Erica. But I will say, we won't pretend like they were people that they necessarily wanted to see come back into the house.
True.
Yes.
You don't
they all
really
wanted Erica out.
Anybody come back that goes out.
No.
Because I would be coming back in the house like, don't touch me. Cease. No. Nay.
Cease
See this?
desist.
Yeah. It's happening.
Yes.
Allison's going to come back into the house and just go, boo!
Hey, I got something. Let me pull this out of my ass and this out of my vag. Here's my LOS.
She's
covered in toilet paper. Covered in toilet paper, though. Like, you have to unwrap it.
Right.
Oh, my God. Well, everybody's going to learn how they can come for Jayla. Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Well, see, so what I'm interested in seeing, and I wish I had asked Thomas this because I wondered what his impression is on this. So Cameron and Tori were both very set on Thomas being their third because they knew that Thomas wouldn't choose either of them if he were to be voted out at fourth, like he would choose the other person at 3. In what world did they come up with that? Like, wouldn't he want to split up one of the two of them so they weren't in the final 2?
Honey.
So, like, how are they thinking that? So that I'm
It's delusional.
No, totally. So what I'm wondering is, without Thomas, considering both of them, I think that Tori's a little leery of Cameron and vice versa now. Without Thomas being their solid, final three kind of plan, I wonder if they start drifting apart. Like, I actually think that Thomas was kind of a glue for the two of them to stay together as a final two. I'm interested to see if they kind of move apart because of that. In a weird way, I think that Thomas was actually like their glue for him.
I guess we'll see next round.
The glue friend? Is that what you said?
Glue for them.
Oh, I thought you said the
glue friend.
Everybody has
Either
a
way.
glue friend. There's a friend that keeps everyone together. It could have been him.
No, I just have a North Country accent, so I said glue for him.
The glue for him.
Glue for him.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, Hunter was just cracking me up, running around, doing this to yell, honey, you don't have to do that.
We learned that in the jury phase.
We hear you. We understand you. I would go in rooms anyway. I don't give it. Where's the purse? Where's the purse? Look,
no,
where's the purse? I'm going in there. What the?
I can't.
God,
I can't.
Why can't I do this?
No, there.
Wait. Is it happening? What's happening?
Do the other way.
What is happening here, Allison?
I am charging in that. Oh, there it is. I'm doing it because I'm not thinking about it. I'm charging in the room with my little purse. And that's, I'm going to say, I'm in here and I'm not leaving. You can't kick me out of the room. You can't tell me you don't want me in here. You can lock the door. Well, guess
I
what?
packed all the fucks that I have to give right here in my purse.
I got it. Guess what? Here's my glass that I'm going to put up against the door and I'm going to be listening. I'm going to make bitches so paranoid. It's not even funny.
Oh, but that's the thing. I think that it's okay to have an initial freak out, but you have to handle it in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And what he did by making it a grand scene, and that was my point with coming up with a scenario in the beginning where he could have just gone into the other room and said, here's all the reasons why we need to get rid of Cameron on top of the fact that she's acting like this right now. Name one person in that room besides maybe Tori who would be going, nah. You know what I mean? Like, you can use that to your advantage. And if you can get through one person to flip from that alliance, and in that case, it would have been probably Tori, even though they're the closest to, like, and then, I don't know. I just think that you could use that to your advantage. Or just have
say she's probably going to pick me for the battle match.
Sure.
Exactly. That's what you could say.
Exactly. Or you can even go up and say, guys, I just heard them. This is what they're saying. And even come up with shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, like why didn't he go to Jayla? Why didn't he go to Jayla?
I would be such an asshole.
Throw their asses under the bus.
Mm-hmm. I would have my ear up against the door listening. And every time I heard something, I would just yell out, hey, Jayla! Yeah!
They're talking about
Thomas! Zach, remember him? Yeah. They're gonna vote your name. So if you want to get in on this action, I'm going to be going door to door screaming.
That's what he should have did.
Or he should have sat there silently on the other side of the door, but sitting on the ground. So when they came through, they would trip over him on the way out. That would have been great. And just be like, guys, you wouldn't let
glass
me in
on the door.
So I just decided instead of being an active participant, I would just listen. But now that I have all the information and you're all injured from piling up all over on top of me, I'm going to go to the other side of the house and tell them what's up.
Y'all seem to think that this is a magical door. Like these are magical doors. And you just can't hear through them. Wow. What? Everyone can hear through a fucking door. It ain't that thick. Come on now. I mean, look at Erica. She's whispering across the plantation. And we can still do it.
I'm telling you, it's a great game. It's a great game.
Yeah, I just don't know why Hunter didn't go right to Jayla and then let Jayla, do her thing with everybody else. Throw them all under the bus.
I don't know why Dustin. I know that Dustin was trying to do this whole thing where like, wouldn't it be funny if I got Hunter to basically vote for himself because he like controls my vote or whatever? And I'm like, or you could use it to an actual game thing since Hunter has no point of going home. Either tell him who's going home or make him throw his vote onto somebody else. Like, I don't know. I just felt like Dustin could have used that a little bit more to his advantage and instead was like trying to focus on making a move that's not actually a move that does anything in the game.
Yeah.
Like, guys say Oh, excuse me. In this episode,
Yeah.
do you think they were being a little snobby in this episode?
I think they were losing jury votes is what they were doing.
I sensed a lot of snobdom.
Because people will forget what you did and what you said, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. And they made Hunter feel like shit.
And he openly said, I'm a jury vote. And blah, blah, blah.
And if he ends up in the jury, he will taint that jury.
Listen, in the words of Queen Kim Matina, jury management is an important part of the game that nobody seems to ever understand. There's a reason why Kim won. There's a reason that people get into the jury house and talk to each other, and they might compare notes, and they most of the time they don't care about gameplay. Let's be like, just put it out on the table. We just talked about this with Survivor. You know, we sat back and we said, I think that they just found Tommy more likable than Dean at the end of the day. You know, there were things like that. It's always about the likability factor, and likability comes from how that person makes you feel. So if you're going to make them feel like shit, you better be ready to defend that to the end, to be like, yeah, I made you feel like shit, and I know that I made you feel like shit, and I'm sorry about that on a personal level. This was gameplay, and you better hope that gamble works for you, because 99% of the time it won't.
Because you need to own that shit.
Owning it.
You better own it, because if you don't own it, you don't stand a chance. But if you do own it, it's still like a 50-50.
Yeah.
You know.
But if you don't own it, you're doomed.
That's life advice I give my 23-year-old son.
Sure.
You need to step up and own your shit. I don't want to hear excuses. Own it. Be a man. Just be it a grown-up. Just own it. That's just general in life. And people will listen and be more understanding and accepting. And you can kind of get them in if you own it and accept it. And it's the people that make excuses and don't step up to the plate are the ones that don't win Big Brother. They're the ones that don't win Survivor. I just want to point out, as far as Survivor goes, I just got to say.
Oh, wait. Allison.
Yeah.
Who won your little My Weekly Meltdown draft picks?
Oh, that's me.
40?
I won.
Oh, it was you. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say.
I thought maybe it was Tyler, because I know that Tyler's just like, so good at.
Tyler doesn't pick winners. Allison does. Here's the thing. Not only have I picked winners in the past for Survivor, I had two in the final 3 in my deal, Tommy and Dean. And I really, really, really thought for a minute there Dean was going to win, because he was my number 1. So I kind of have bragging rights, but I kind of don't, because Tommy was my number 2. But look, who gets 2 in there? Who gets 2 in there?
Only Allison.
That's
Only
God
Allison
tier right
could
there.
fit 2 in there.
She can. She
Allison
just
of all
double
people.
penetrated herself.
Allison of all people, everybody.
You guys better hope I don't find 2 LOSs, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a party.
Or let's just hope the LOSs don't grow to this size. Look, I just bought this.
I was really worried as to what you were.
Wait.
LOS this fucking big.
This is the new LOS.
This LOS.
And I'm trying to walk around like it's not in my pooch.
Can I fit this in my vagina?
I got shoved in my vaginal area. Allison, why are you walking funny?
Guys,
I feel like I'm crowning.
If you see Allison
business.
doing this movement in the house, it's not that she's actually imitating Cameron. She's just trying to wiggle things back up into place.
Listen, I'm dancing to keep that shit in there. Woo! Woo! Legs crossed and the pee-pee dance. What is wrong with her? I don't know, man. Yeah, exactly. I got an LOS the size of freaking flying saucer in my butt. Allison, come sit down. Let's stand.
Yeah.
I think we need to bring Thomas back up here to help clean up our acts a little bit.
Listen, I got something up every hole in me from the waist down. Okay, I ain't sitting down talking to anybody. I ain't getting in the hole either. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay, well, that was fun. It always goes there.
It was very educational. I learned a lot, and I feel like I'm a better gamer because of this podcast now.
I feel like everyone is a little bit better when they leave the show because it can't get any worse.
I mean, accurate.
I mean, it is what it is. Okay.
I'm hot.
I am too. I'm really hot. Whew. Can you imagine?
Yeah, me too.
Having something like this. Just
You got the wand on it too.
Audrey, I found the LOS. What am I supposed to do with it? It's like it's got a stick on the bottom, but
Should I,
out of my ass.
did anybody bring any Vaseline?
Anybody have some KY?
Is there any someone want to spit on my hand?
Crisco? Crisco?
Because I can't
Listen, all at once, everybody just spit.
just spit on it. Just spit. Please. I can't breathe. I want to just spit.
The best part is everyone will know you have an LOS, but nobody's gonna call you on that at all.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants you to pull that thing out of your vagina.
Don't call
Nobody
us
wants
for
to
a
help
battle
you.
match.
We're not flushing that out.
No.
It brings the whole meeting to the term flushing out.
Listen, I'm the good use. Beth, I'm using my LOS on you. I'm good.
No.
You want it? Good.
No.
I can put some tissue on it. It's not enough. How about some Bounty double quilted picker-upper paper towels?
Wrapped in some Clorox wipes for a favor. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus
Hand
Christ.
sanitizer. I need some hand
All at once, everybody spit.
Don't ask questions. Just do it.
Trust us. Trust no one.
Look me in the eyes. Look at you in the eyes.
I can't.
Mind your business.
She's holding her giant LOS.
I can't. I have to use it as protection.
Audrey, why does this LOS have a handle?
That's to stick up your ass.
That's right. Why is Allison's butt glowing? Why is it sending a signal? It's a distress signal. Okay. All right. Well,
I'm distressed that she didn't have enough KY.
Yeah, I'm in pain. Shove an LOS up your ass, dry. Let's see how you're doing at the end of the day.
God.
And that's why Zach has not used his LOS.
God bless the man, because I'm not asking. All right, well, that about wraps it up.
I think we went slightly
It sure
off
does
the rail.
wraps it up. It sure does wrap it quite up right
Well, do you guys, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. You guys have any New Year's resolutions you want to share?
I'm really looking forward to having the, winter pack and some kind of draft for Survivor 40. My girl Denise Stapley is going to win. We all know this. It's going to happen. I feel it. That's my resolution. No.
Do you feel it like Cameron feels it though?
Yeah, I just kind of I just feel it in my heart. I don't know it, but I just feel it like it's happening. I do that with love.
Okay. My New Year's resolutions. I don't know. I'm going to try to say yes to things instead of no.
Ooh, I like that one.
I think I say
But
yes
I'm
too
not
much.
talking about sticking LOSs in my booty hole. I'm just talking about life lessons. Deb, what about you?
How do you follow that, Deb?
I'm giving up carbs.
Giving up carbs.
You got
buy
this, girl.
carbs. Yeah, buy carbs. See ya. And by the way, if anybody wants any carbs, my freezer's filled with them.
Just send me the
Just-
cookie dough.
Not eating them. So much.
Oh, and I'm off Nutella. I gotta say, I had to finished off my last jar a couple of days ago.
Woo! That's a big step.
It's a big step.
Big step.
And yeah, I'm off the Nutella.
Yeah, I don't know if I can give up that one thing that we were talking about giving up.
Hey.
What? Oh. Okay.
It's the giant marshmallows.
That has carbs too.
Yes, those giant marshmallows.
Yeah, that was
looks
it.
Just like it.
Thought it was something else, but that something else has carbs. Anyway, so that about wraps up the show. Oh, I forgot to ask Thomas how people could find him. I know you can find him on Twitter at One Lucky Weasel.
Yep. Under
Tommy Mac, TOMMYMAC, at One Lucky Weasel on Twitter. You can follow.
Where can we find you, Allison?
I'm everywhere, unfortunately.
She's everywhere.
That's right. Subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. Also, we are on Instagram, My Weekly Meltdown. You can find me on Twitter at Summers1977, and that's Summers with an O, SOMMERS 1977. And you could, oh God,
do that too.
New Year's resolution: don't burp on show. Not gonna happen.
Hey.
And you can follow me on Instagram, the.memphis.darling. Anyway, that's how you can find me. And Beth is Augusta Wind 11 on Twitter down in the box. And Deb is My Next Life on the Twitters.
On the Twitters.
Yeah.
On the Twitters. I hope everyone has a wonderful New Year. I will personally be sitting at home eating pizza, watching the Twilight Zone marathon on Sci-Fi Channel because I don't fucking want to go out and deal with people. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to a friend's house. There's going to be 3 or 4 of us tops, and we're going to be wearing sweats, eating pizza, and playing games, and then go, oh, it's 2020. I'm going to bed. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to be in probably the depression I was in during Christmas.
Oh, we got to do something. 2020's got to improve because I'm done with 2019.
Let me tell you something, okay? Is this the last My Weekly Meltdown of the decade?
Of the decade, yes, it is.
Isn't that crazy? It can only go up from here.
God. The subject matter tonight, I hope so.
Yeah.
We were literally talking about shoving things.
We're putting things
in our vaginas.
Listen, we've got bigger and better things to look forward to.
We sure do.
But you know what, guys? We already know this is going to be a tough year, just given all the shit that happens in the world. And this is going to be an election year, but it's also an Olympic year, which is really fun. Summer Olympics. And I'm going to have a real moment here. I think that all of us the biggest resolution all of us can do is try to be better to each other. And if we can do that one thing, we'll feel it ourselves too. Because when you judge people less, for example, you don't feel the judgment of others as much on yourself. If you treat people with kindness, then you feel the kindness of other people. So that is my wish for everybody going to 2020. We know it's going to be a tough year, so let's try to make it easier on ourselves.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And another thing I'm going to say, don't take shit from anybody.
Accurate.
Respect yourself. And just because you don't want to take shit from anybody, that doesn't mean you have to be an asshole about it.
Correct.
Love yourself. Stick up for yourself, people.
Stick up for yourself.
Stick up for yourself.
Who's this? Who was that?
Scooter.
Scooter.
My best friend.
Is Scooter the one that likes the giant marshmallows?
Oh, he likes. No, they all do.
Oh, yeah.
They all do. All of them. Gizmo's the worst, though. Scooter is the one that eats them, but Gizmo is the worst. I could go into the kitchen and sneak a giant marshmallow, and I turn around, and there he is.
Speaking of creepers from the last episode.
He's a creeper, man. I could go hide in the bathroom and eat a marshmallow, and he will be scratching at the door.
Creepers can't hear
Smell
anything.
them.
But boy, when their name is brought up, they are up them stairs outside that door. I heard it. I think I heard.
You want to see me go get a giant marshmallow and see if he comes creeping along?
Sure, why not?
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Let's end the decade that way.
Let's send it on a big fat marshmallow. See, what I would do is I would poke a hole in the big marshmallow, and then I would fill it with Nutellas, and I would just shove it in my mouth. You know what? I want a skillet cookie from Chili's.
Ooh,
Man, that'd be really good tonight.
listen, I live and I'm at my parents' house in the middle of nowhere right now. I live so far away from a Chili's, it's unreal. It's probably like at least 3 hours to a
You could
Chili's.
probably really make a skillet cookie. By
Oh,
yourself.
100%.
Oh, here
I
we
don't
go.
think it's that hard.
He's currently getting up on the table.
Is he eyeballing you? You getting the stink eye? You getting the side? Oh,
Ready?
yeah. Yep.
I already lost it with the that you were doing, but then all of a sudden the cat just was like,
All of a sudden, the cat just shows up. No, the cat, he doesn't jump up. He just the cat pulls this cover.
it was like, hey,
Yep.
I'm here for this food now.
The cat.
He is all about the marshmallow.
I can't even do it. I'm backwards.
I'd have to get down on the ground. Hold on.
Someone say marshmallow. I gotta go the right way. Hold on, Deb. Hold that thing up. Are we ready? Ready?
Come on, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Up, 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 up.
Oh, that's really weird. It's really weird. Spin on it. Spin on it.
Oh my god. On the count of 3, everyone's
Spin on it. Don't look at me. Don't make eye contact.
Okay. Beth, it's your turn. Come on, get up there. Get up there.
I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is just a deep down low abyss of just wow.
That was fun.
Tyler's
to carbs.
evaluating his life after watching this show. Oh, wait a minute. He doesn't watch shows he's not on. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, everyone. With that being said, we hope everyone has an amazing new year. We will see you next week. We'll see how that pans out for us. And thank you, Thomas, for coming on the show. Thank you, Audrey, for letting us cover the show and have these nice young people on the show with us. And thank you, Beth, for stepping in short notice. And
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you, Deb, as always. Deb's so sweet. Y'all send her some love. Y'all send her some messages on Twitter. Yeah.
Just no unsolicited dick pics.
Yeah, don't send your anatomy. Nothing from the waist down. Nothing. Unless you're going to spit on it.
Unless you're hung like a horse.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week for Sequester, episode 8. Oh, Jesus, forgive us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We need Jesus.
Jesus.